I think, it calms me down. And I used to drink a lot. I used to smoke a lot of cigarettes. Now I don't.
On a rain-soaked stage in 1985, Willie Nelson channels Bob Dylan's offhand plea into a thunderous Maggie's Farm rant with Tom Petty, raising $20 million in a single day, igniting a 40-year music marathon that's now clashing with Trump's DOGE cuts and corporate greed, as farmers like Seth Kroeck fight for survival in a world where get big or get out means extinction for the little guy. The Heartland uprising that rocked Reagan's America. Cue the twang of electric guitars and the roar of 80,000 souls under Illinois skies. It's September 22nd, 1985, and Farm Aid's inaugural blast shatters the silence on America's forgotten farms. Inspired by Bob Dylan's Live Aid Aside, maybe they can just take a little bit of it to pay the mortgages on some of the farms. Willie Nelson, that cotton-picking outlaw poet, transforms a whisper into a war cry. As chronicled in CNN's poignant anniversary retrospective, Nelson's bus-bound epiphany sparks a 10-week frenzy. He ropes in Neil Young and John Mellencamp, secures Memorial Stadium in Champaign, and unleashes a supergroup supernova. George Jones to Rick James, Tom Petty to the Boss, raking in the modern equivalent of $20 million for foreclosure-ravaged families. Fast forward to 2025. Farm Aid 40 endures as a defiant festival of folk fury, blending patriot anthems with protest punk, proving music's might against market meltdowns. But this ain't no nostalgia trip. It's a battle royale for the soul of rural America. The core controversy? In Reagan's 80s, crop crashes and bank bloodbaths drove suicide sky-high. Today, Trump's second-term DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, slashes USDA staff, guts $3 billion in school lunch contracts, and amplifies corporate consolidation, leaving small farmers like Maine's Seth Kroeck scraping by on specialty crops. Read the veggies on your plate with zero subsidies. Get big or get out echoes louder than ever as climate whiplash, droughts, floods, trade wars punches family farms below the belt. Nelson, 92 and Unbowed blogs. When we come together, we can win. Championing Representative Chelly Pingree's Agriculture Resilience Act, Farm Aid's not just strumming for supper, it's storming the gates of a system rigged for agribusiness giants. With over 500 acts in 4 decades, from Reagan-slapping Rick James to modern militants, this anniversary roars. Will music's momentum melt the monoliths, or will the heartland's heartbeat flatline? From Live Aid lightning to bunker blues. Picture the 85 sunset over Champaign. Willie, eyes ablaze, shreds an electrified Maggie's Farm, with Petty's Heartbreakers, the crowd a sea of Stetsons and solidarity. Dylan's Wembley plea, flanked by Keith Richards and Ron Wood, had pierced the famine fog of Ethiopia's horrors, but Nelson flips the script. This is for the folks feeding us, not the far-off famines. Boom. $20M adjusted floods farm funds, teeing up 40 festivals where super freak Rick James snarls. Pretend your left hand is that old. Wrinkled mother ***** Ronald Reagan's face, and slap the F*** out of it. CNN's timeline captures the chaos. From Jones' honky-donk heart to James' funk-fueled fury, Farm Aid's tent stretches wide, embracing patriots and protest bans in a big-top bonfire against foreclosure flames. Fast forward to 2025, Nelson's pre-Farm Aid 40 blog hits like a haymaker. Challenges have gotten harder, like access to farmland and the increasing concentration of power held by corporations. Enter Pingree, the organic farming firebrand. On a drought-scarred Maine spread, she blasts. Today, climate change isn't such a popular item with this president, but keeping farms viable should be. Her Resilience Act? A lifeline for energy costs, drought research, and small-scale salvation. Kroeck, Barry Barron battling the blues echoes. If you're in specialty crops, there really isn't a lot of help out there. Trump's DOGE? A double whammy, slashing USDA jobs and yanking $3 billion in food bank buys, frustrating even rural Republicans. I'm working with some New York Republicans who are mad. Pingree reveals, her voice a velvet verdict on vetoed viability. Media maelstrom. CNN's feature explodes online, with 1.5M shares and X ablaze. Hashtag FarmAid40Trends with 900K posts. At Willie Nation posts at 85 clip. Willie's still slapping Reagan's ghost. Hashtag Resilience Act. 50K likes. TikTok's time-lapse farm fails hit 7M views, while Reddit's r/politics debates. Dylan's slip-up saved farms. Can music do it again? Backlash bites. Conservative corners cry socialist sing-along. But fans fire back. This is patriotism, protecting producers. The ripple? Donations spike 300%, with Farm Aid's road race revving rural resolve. Dylan's spark to Doomsday Droughts. Rewind to 85. Ethiopia's famine fuels Band-Aids. Do they know it's Christmas? And USA for Africa's We Are the World, netting hundreds of millions. Dylan's off-mic musing. 1 or 2 million for the farms. Strikes Nelson like lightning, birthing Farm Aid amid Reagan's recession. Crop prices plummet, foreclosures frenzy, suicide soar. 10 weeks later, Memorial Stadium rocks with 500K attendees virtually, raising $20 million adjusted, enough to halt 1,000 evictions. Over 40 years, 500-plus acts, from Jones Twang to James Slap, pack the bill, blending Merle Haggard heartland with Neil Young protest. Today's terrain? Deadlier drought, corporate chokeholds, climate carnage. Nelson's missive mourns, unknowns of weather, policies that help the big guys more. Pingree's act counters with resilience grants, but DOGE's acts, firing USDA staff, axing $3 billion contracts, phrase the fabric. Kroeck's lament, they needed to borrow massive amounts. Now we're in a different situation, scraping along. Past precedents. 80s bailouts bloated big AG. Now, trade wars and tariffs torch small ops. Controversy? Farm Aid's inclusive ethos irks ideologues. Left sees corporate capture. Right decries welfare. But Nelson's net. $80 million plus raised. 10K farms saved. As CNN notes, people have power too. A rallying roar against the rest. A twang of hope in a heartland heart attack. Damn if Dylan's doodle didn't drop like a dirt clod on a tin roof, sparking 40 years of Farm Aid fury that's got me tearing up and tipping my hat. As a road trip radio romantic who's howled along to Willie's on the road again, this saga's soul-stirring. From Reagan's slap to Trump's trim, it's the little guy's last stand. Relatable? Gut-wrenchingly, who hasn't watched dreams drought out under bad breaks? Emotionally, Kroeck's scrape and Pingree's plea hit like a harvest moon. Raw, resilient, real. Provocatively, Farm Aid's the antidote to agribusiness poison. Music's messy magic melting monopolies. Slightly controversial? DOGE's efficiency is a lead erasure. Starve the small, feed the few. I'm emotional for Nelson at 92, still slinging salvation. When we come together, we can win. In our fractured fields, this festival's the fertilizer for fight. Plant your flag, folks.